Here's the temple and the 2 commandments. Love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and love your neighbors thyself like the bear. That's what holds up all churches in the Old Testament. It belongs here in the playpen. See, it's the playpen. A religious teacher came to Jesus and said, which is the greatest commandment in the laws of Moses? It means the Old Testament, not the New. Christians have misunderstood the question because Jesus, on his last night, his last will and testament, he says, a new command I give. Love each other as I've been showing you for these past 3 years. I couldn't tell you that at the beginning because I didn't demonstrate it yet, but now I have. So the true greatest one command now is to love each other as I have, not loving God and loving your neighbors thyself. That's old. This system was only for the adopted children of Israel. He told them, turn off the lights, eat your vegetables, go to bed at 9 o'clock, and don't play with those kids down the street because they're going to give you a bad character. Paul says that the Jews were locked up in prison until the coming of Christ. Here's the keys for the ABC kindergarten teachings.
And use the book, a book religion, a law religion, a legal religion, like Judaism. It imprisons, it makes a prison house of people, it makes them bite and devour one another. But now that Christ has come, now that the Spirit has come, now that we're in the new age of Jesus Christ, you are no longer under the supervision of the Torah, which means what? Holy Scripture. And if you're led by the Spirit, you're not under the law. It's time we wake up, Christians.
It was a pedagogus, that Old Testament system. Here is the pedagogus, which was Moses. And here's the Jewish people. This is a figurine in archaeology. This pedagogus, babysitter, training wheels, playpen, took this children of Israel to the teacher for 1,200 years, which is Jesus Christ. This is my linear Bible. See what it says right there? And here's the Greek word right there that I'm going to show in the concordance. And here it says, so the law, a trainer of us until Christ. Strong's Concordance. There it is, the same Greek word as the interlinear Bible next to the word pedagogus. And sometimes pedagogus is spelled differently. And yes, I do realize I need a pedicure. A servant whose office it was to take the children to school. Boy leader. Well, this system of law was to last only until the coming of Christ. Christ is the end of the law, religion, not law morality, but the end of that religious system. Paul said the system was good and holy because it was a good babysitter and it brought the Jews to the promised land, Jesus Christ. But the human nature rebels when you impose laws on it. Just like when you tell a child, don't touch, the first thing they do is touch. Was God not going to give early man laws? Are you not going to give your child laws at the beginning? So God had a catch-22. But what it does, it makes them rebel even more, and more bad comes out, just like Paul says. But it arouses sinful nature. So God had to come and give us a better medium in person to write the laws in our heart, not in this babysitting system which the world is locked up in. In addition, the original Hebrew Old Testament doesn't have abstract words for abstract thinking because it's the vocabulary of a child. That's why the Greek Septuagint was hard to translate because their thought process was more mature and more advanced. So come out of her, my people, and be free. A second chance like the movie The Matrix. Take the Old Testament, put it on the shelf of human development, and people become the new building, and the greatest one command fulfills these 2 commandments. Galatians 3 states that God gave one man a promise, Abraham. Here Paul is interpreting Genesis 12:3 correctly, for it uses a singular, just Abraham.
And he tells Abraham, I will bless thee. The word thee is singular. He's speaking to Abraham. Well, in Schofield's notes on Genesis 12, he applies this blessing unto the future nation of Israel. That is not what the scripture teaches.
The real chosen one, and to one seed, one man, Jesus Christ, not seeds like a group of people like the Jews. Paul states a real Jew is a Jew of the heart, not physical, not blood. We're all Jews of the spirit, not blood. So biblically, Israel does not belong in Palestine, but since they're there, we have to resolve this issue peacefully. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and especially share, because together we can change this world.